What up, everybody? It's Laveau Presley back with another video, and I want y'all to hit that like button and press subscribe. And this is what we're gonna do today. I got a question. Everybody want to know, where's my music career gonna be in 5 years? Now, basically what I'm saying is, whenever you get into the music industry, it's all about your presentation. When you learn about how you present yourself and the way that you come into the game, the first thing that I would like to approve of is that when I do music, I always like to make sure that the next song that I do is a better song than the song that I heard before. Like, say if you heard an album and you heard that album and you was like, I got certain songs that the fans be like, every song didn't go harder than the next song. So the way that you break down your album is start off with your intro, and then you gotta figure out which way you gonna put your hit single, because you gotta have at least one single off your album in order for you to, promote your album and get to the next level of people feeling like that you're the best. Because in the rap game these days it's all about who is the best. Who is the best with the punchlines, who is the best with the metaphors. And as long as I've been rapping, they had times when I was like, I did this mixtape and I was like, pretty much like every song on the album was like better than the next song. But when I went back and listened to certain songs, I was like, I think as if that I could do better than that. Like, I learned that a lot of good artists, they believe that they always can do better when they do a song. And I heard like Chris Brown was like, his original album, Chris Brown, he was like, I don't really like that album because of whatever reason. So now that I've been breaking down the music game and I've been dissecting the music game, I've been trying to figure out how I'm gonna arrange my album to where every song that I make is better than the next song, to where my actual mind now believes that every song is better than the next song. Like, say if you put an intro out and then you got your second song, your third song, your fourth song, the way that you line up your album, you gotta make sure that every song goes harder than the next song so that they don't be skipping through songs. Like, because anybody who ever actually dropped the album, like, you gotta pay attention. Like, anybody who dropped the album, they pay attention to, like, are you gonna skip my second song? Like, because it is all about the beat presentation. Because certain songs are made just for the beginning of the album. Certain songs are made for the interlude, and then they got your outro. So the way that you put your album together is all about the way that you want people to believe that the next song is gonna go harder than the song that you just presented. So your outro obviously has to be like a really, really, really good outro. You see what I'm saying? And then your interlude has to be like a really good interlude, and your intro has to be a really good intro. But the main focus of the album is not really the single. The main focus of the album is to make sure that whenever you click on to the intro, that you listen to every song in a row. Kind of like a good album that I know that I can listen to from front to back is Aaliyah, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Like, if you ever listen to that album, you can listen to every album that she ever made, and you can listen to every song back to back to back to back to back, and you can see that the album is making progress. So the way that I see myself in 5 years, I would say I see myself on like tour. I see myself making big money, but it's all about how you introduce yourself into the music game. Like, they got different genres. Like, say if you was from Baton Rouge and you was like doing some jig type shit, then if you was doing some jig type shit, then sometimes other people in the industry wouldn't accept the fact that you just did a jig song. And then once you did that jig song, niggas was like, well, that's the genre that we gonna put him in, based on the fact that people being stuck up in the program. Once you learn that this is the age of Aquarius, and it's the age of unplugging and the age of enlightenment, then you will realize that people are trying to step off into different boundaries, but we need the fans to realize that people want to use different type of genres, and also have people believing that we are co-creators in different genres at the same time. Like, say if you did a boom bap type track and then you did a rock song on the same album, we haven't really heard anything like that these days, because people are so stuck up in the program to where they like, okay, well, my mind telling me like, why is you doing a jig song and then you crossing over into like to something like rock or something like that. But see, the way the game been going, it started off with like I'll say like, let's say we had Tupac. He was a very type of artist that you can feel on some shit. Like, say, when he spoke his words, you could really feel everything that he was saying, though, per se. So if you could feel everything that he was saying, that's why he sold so many albums back in the day, because everybody was in tune with him, you know, with the G-Funk and shit like that there. But he also had some smooth songs as well, but every song that he got on, it was pretty much like super like different. Like, that's the type of person that everybody likes, though. The original like person from my day that actually like did different styles of music. You know how he did Trapped, then he did Brenda's Got a Baby, then he did Hit 'Em Up. So then everybody was like, wow, that's like really gangster as a bitch, how he laid up there and did like 3 different styles of music in one album. And I think he had one album, it was like a triple album on some shit. And when he did the triple album, everybody was just like this is like the hottest shit that we ever heard in our lives. So we gonna get back to the topic right quick. Everybody is trying to figure out ways to come into the game where the music that they make could be like different genres, and also be able to be relevant to the fans at the same time. Because if your fans tap in with you on one type of style, and then they tap in with you on one type of style, and you don't actually like make a song that actually is the type of shit that they want to hear again, then they'll be like, oh, he fell off then. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't make the type of shit that that people want to hear, then they'll be like, he fell off again. So that's just the way that people's mind work who actually like to listen to music. So the way that I see myself progressing in the next 5 years, I would say that I would like to do like a lot of different styles of albums, so that a lot of different people could want to realize that I'm trying to break the barrier in between like people just listening to like the same type of style. Because we had, in my world, they had like the Tupac type shit, then they had the DMX type shit, then after the DMX type shit they had like I think they had like Bow Wow and Romeo type shit. Then after the Bow Wow and Romeo type shit, they had the Soulja Boy type shit. And then after the Soulja Boy type shit, then I kind of got in tune with Chris Brown. And after I started listening to Chris Brown and stuff like that, I got in tune with like Michael Jackson. And once I got in tune with like Michael Jackson and shit like that there, then I started getting in tune with like Boosie Badass and Webby. So the more that I progressed with me listening to different styles of music, the better that I got at learning how to dissect the music game, and realize that as long as you just be yourself, and as long as the song that you making, you know for sure that the next song that you making is a better song than the song that you made before, then people ain't gonna want to dump it. You know what I'm saying? People are always gonna want to be in tune with what you got next. And now that we in the age of Aquarius, we trying to unlock people's minds to understand that you can actually listen to something other than what the norm is on an album. You get what I'm saying? So these days, like then after a certain amount of time, I started listening to like stupefied, like rock music. I started listening to a whole lot. I listened to Beyonce. I listened to Kendrick Lamar. I listened to J. Cole. I listened to a lot of different artists in order for me to fulfill my mind with the certain facts that I want to be able to make a better track anytime that I make a track. And it's gonna make sense once you actually hear the music, because in 5 years, the way that the game gonna be, I done pioneered this whole new genre, and it's called Sarah Soul music. And Sarah Soul music is just the type of way that you create music to where people can feel that shit again. You know what I'm saying? Like they got the 808 type shit. Then they got Metro Boomin, and he like make the Atlanta type shit. And then at the same time, they got people who still doing the boom bap type shit. So They also got people who are doing like singing songs, but the more singing songs that they do, the more that they put in the 808s into the singing songs, so it gets better for the fans, for me, for the music that I'm gonna make, for people to believe that it's possible for you to put like different genres together and create one collective, and the collective is called Sarah Soul Music. And Sarah Soul Music is just music that you could feel, music that you could be like, wow, this some shit that I could bump 20 times, 80 times in a row, and I'm never not gonna want to listen to this song again, and it's gonna make you want to listen to my next song regardless of the fact, based on me projecting energy into the subconscious mind and people believing that my next song is gonna be better, which transmutes me back the force of being able to co-create a song that people are gonna like, because we in the age of advancement, and we in the age of making progress, and we in the age of doing things that have to do with you making the next best move. Whenever you making the next best move in the industry, then it doesn't really matter what the labels say. It matters about what your mind says, and you going off what you believe is going to be the next best thing. So that's the type of time that I'm on right now with the music that I'm about to be putting out. But in 5 years, I'm going to be like the biggest artist in the world. I am going to be on tour. I'm going to be like one of the biggest moguls that y'all ever seen. And it's just the beginning phase of me telling y'all exactly the type of time that I'm going to be on. Because I would like to work with a lot of artists, and I would like to teach people a lot of things that I've learned throughout the years of me being a musician and me being a producer, as far as producing, like I mix and master. But I've been trying to get to a point where people understand that I'm not going to be just dropping the same type of music. I'm going to be dropping all different kind of music, kind of like how Lil Wayne did when he did the rock album, and people fuck with it. So people fuck with the rock album, and then he fucked around and did like all the mixtape shit. And then once he did all the mixtape shit, he was like, oh yeah, he the sickest with the punchlines on some shit. So everybody in the industry was trying to come to a point where we start trying to do our best to be better with breaking down bars. Because that's what people like to do. They like to break down bars these days. And when they break down bars, they be like, okay, well, this is the hardest shit that I ever heard, but I want to hear something that goes harder than that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants to hear something that goes harder than what they heard before. So the way that my mind working right now, the way that I want to see myself in 5 years is, I want to see myself as like the person who pioneered a way for everybody to come into an agreement that we want to hear better music. Like, we don't want to hear the same type of music that we've been hearing. We want to hear better music. Every time we hear a track, we want to hear something that goes harder than the shit that we heard before. Because whenever you creating your album and people skipping over your tracks, then obviously it's something that we need to do as artists to make sure that the album that you listening to, people could jam every song on that bitch, and you still know for a fact that every song goes harder. So what I really see myself doing in 5 years, like, I want to get to a point where I'm making enough money to where I drop faster than what the norm is. You know what I'm saying? I'm making enough money to where I drop faster than what the norm is. Because what the norm is these days, most people who are like really big artists, it takes them a little while to lay up there and drop another album, because they got to lay up there and go on tour. And they also have to make progress with how they gonna do their next album. But a lot of people these days, the albums that they do these days, the quick EPs that they do these days, are just like very, very, very good songs, to where your fan base, they be wanting to hear more through a certain amount of time. But people have to put in so much legwork to promote that one album that it's like I can't really drop nothing else, because it's like some people are getting caught up in slavery inside the music industry whenever they want to drop something, but they can't actually drop. So I'm trying to pioneer a way for everybody in the industry to be able to make better music. That's what we want to hear within 5 years. In 5 years, I can see myself at the top of the game, the top of the charts, Grammys. I could see myself walking, doing walkthroughs, you know what I'm saying? Also laying up there and just making the best music that I could ever make in my life. And another little clue about me, Laveau Presley, everybody always wanted to know, like, how come I never really dropped a music video recently? It's really because I was working so hard at doing like other things, like being involved with like family and stuff like that, that I kind of stepped back for a little while. And when I stepped back for a little while, I just told myself that I wanted to master the game before I came into the game, because it's a lot of different tricks and trades that you need to know in order for you to make better quality music, for people to be in tune with what you say. But the way that I'm coming to the game now is a way that people can understand my story. You can understand what needs to be done in order for people to want to tap in to you and tap in and understand who you are as a person and who I am as a person. So the better that you can understand me before I start doing the music is how you could better understand the type of things that I'm going to be talking about when I do music. You get what I'm saying? So if you understand what I'm going through before I do the music, then you understand why I'm doing these vlogs and shit like that there. You know what I'm saying? So people can understand me before I lay up there and I start actually dropping music. But I'm going to be putting out little samples of songs that I know go hard, that's going to tap into your subconscious mind, but you're going to be like, okay, I see what he's saying now, up until the album drops. You know what I'm saying? So when the album drops, then everybody's going to be like, oh shit, it's him. We understand him now. We feel him now. We see him now. We see what he looks like. We see the type of time that he on. We see the environment that he come from. Shout out to South Baton Rouge. I'm in South Baton Rouge right now. That's how we do shit. You know what I'm saying? Foes up, foes down. You know what I'm saying? So everybody in my community of people who desire to see me do music, they're gonna understand that you have to build up a fan base of people who understand you before they figure out how you're going to be networking in the industry, so that they can be loyal fans. You know what I'm saying? Like fun all night students. You see what I'm saying? You have to find and keep loyal fans up until the end, so that nobody would ever want to say that their shit ain't go harder than the next shit that he did. It's how they gonna feel about the music that other people making versus the music that I'm making, because the people that's watching me now are gonna be like, we the people who was here at the beginning when he said that I'm gonna have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million, 10 million subscribers. And like now check this video out where he told you that he was gonna be making a whole new different style of music for everybody in the industry. And then people gonna be like, now look at this man, Laveau Presley, who told y'all that he was gonna be at the top. And now that he at the top, people gonna be like, damn, now we could go back and try to figure out the base root of where he comes from. And this is where I come from. I'm from South Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up a pretty hard life, a really military style life, you know. And my mama used to always tell me that I could be whatever I want to be. So when she told me that I could be whatever I want to be, obviously the way that my mind works, once I started transmuting energy into the universe, that this is what I desire to become, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have never taken a loss when it comes to the music industry. It's how the music industry is going to progress in the future, creating ways and different avenues for artists to become the best version of themselves by making them feel more comfortable about the music that they are making and being co-creators together. Like, say if we was on 2 different labels and we wanted to do something, then these are going to be the avenues that will break the barriers for us to be able to co-create and be the best versions and the best artists that we can to be, in order for people to feel more comfortable with themselves and break the cycle of feeling stagnant and getting over social anxieties in human relations. You see what I'm saying? So the better that you become at doing that before you come out with the actual music, the better that people will understand you and realize the type of time that you own living in your advocacy, which is what I'm doing on the track, so that people can see the type of music that I'm making, regardless of whatever type of song I make. they're going to feel it, they're going to understand it, they're going to believe it, and they're going to want to hear more. And that's all I got for y'all. It's Laveau Presley. Hit that like and that subscribe button. I love y'all. Keep on coming back.